Good early morning, everyone, or late morning, everyone. T-Speak at 222 with Swing Traders Anonymous. It's 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. I'm going to do this update real quick. I'm a little busy. Got our high schooler who's going to homecoming. So she's going to get her dress today in like 45 minutes. So, real quick, I wanted to cover for JD Cody. Cody, we've had a little bit of a JD, we've had a little bit of rally on COTI. So, what it looks like, especially with where we're at right now, I wouldn't say we're necessarily done, but we're definitely starting to top out here in the 30-minute. If we bring it out into the 3-hour, you can see we had a healthy pump. And this doesn't necessarily mean it's over. We have to pay attention to see if this is some kind of a topping reversal pattern. We don't know if it's going to do something like this, or if it's going to start building a top, or if it's going to do another consolidation round. If I was in this, obviously I'd be paying attention for profit, but we've still got some volume coming in, so I wouldn't necessarily think this is just going to roll over. It obviously could, because it's coming off of a terrible foundation right here. So what I would be looking at right here, and we'll come back into this later today, but I'm going to keep it simplified right now because it's on this run. And as you can see, it's at, so everybody else can see. If you look at this in the daily, it broke, guys, right here. So that was the all-time high. And if you go back here, this is all the way back in March. So the fact that it came up here, I would be highly looking for a retrace. Not a big one. Not a big one, because it's already come down. So that retrace already happened. I would be looking for further extension out of this. I don't think it came all the way up here just to die out. It's in discovery right now. So, but if it pulls back, obviously, the discovery was short-lived. But remember Solana, it came up to discovery, pulled back, and I would expect some kind of healthy pullback, though. I'd expect some kind of healthy pullback. I don't know if it's going to come way down here, but you might get a healthy pullback. These generally do that. Like, it might come way back down here to 24 cents eventually and retest that area. But, yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's finished off this pattern. If we can get some volume, though, we could make some damage. And this could be similar to Solana, and this thing could be... Well, I mean, if we measure this in the 4-hour... You can't even say it's waving that pennant because it came up too high. I want to see how this builds. I think this is still going to keep going. I think, yeah, it could come down and retest certain areas, especially right here. This would be the most logical spot. This would be the most logical spot right here. But, okay. And then, that's what I'd be looking for this. I'd be looking for a retrace slightly, test this old support area or resistance area, because it was a heavy resistance area. And then, yeah, I just let that play out. And then, let me do this real quick. I wanted to touch on algo. So we've had algo. We're still within this. We're within the second layer. But I'm expecting if this breaks down, we're going to hit the $1.25 mark first. And then the ultimate target out of that bear pennant, though, is 89 cents. So that still stands. You watch this point up here at $2.04, which it got rejected on, and now it's using the $1.79, $1.80 as resistance. So, out of this W, which is an awful formation, yeah, it's bullish off the bottom, but then it's very bearish when it gets to the top, and you can see the results of that. It hit 204 and just collapsed. So, we've got some pullback on the wicks, but I would be looking for, if anything, a drop farther down before I bought in. Yes, you could buy it and take a chance it's coming back up to 204, but likely it's just going to come back up to $1.80 and get rejected. So yeah, you could ride it from $1.74 to $1.80 and see that outright rejection if it does. Or try to ride a small pump back up, but I would stay away. If it's me, I'm waiting for $1.25. Actually, it's a little lower. $1.21, see how it reacts. And then I would ultimately be looking for the long hold buy-in price right around 89 cents. But there's a lot of stuff that's going to go on from here. We could have a Black Swan event. We could have a lot of stuff. China's starting to work. So that's algo. And that's COTI. COTI. But I'm telling you, this looks like it could be starting to head and shoulders so that it has to come back down and retest these old areas. So I'd be looking for if it can hold that 48 cent area if it comes back down. Also, I'd be looking to see if we can stay topside of this 58 cents. Because that's where we came up. We pushed past with some of these wicks in the 4 hour, but the volume still looks good. The volume looks good. I'm not too worried right now, volume-wise, unless we keep crashing in volume and not pull back in price. We need to pull back in the price real quick. But I think this still has another layer, in my personal opinion. So, and then I did algo. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. Oh, and theta. I want to do theta. And theta I've got really well mapped out. Theta got rejected at the 580, which we pretty much thought it would. That's where we had that uptrending line. But this, we have an overall target on theta down to $3.27. And if we break down, which we had a fake breakup, but if we do break down and do this right, $3.83 is the next move where you'd have a logical buy-in. But the overall target is all the way down at $3.27. So be very careful with theta. It almost pulled back into that triangle or into the bear pennant. But it did not. It got rejected at the what's supposed to be the support level on that bear pennant. It got rejected as resistance right around, the $5.80, closer to $6 mark. So this could be a nice time to watch the retrace, guys. So I hope this helped. Hit that like button, subscribe. I got to go do this stuff for homecoming. Well, I don't have to. I got to go make sure my son's okay because Julie, her mom, and sister, and then Michaela are all going to get the 14 years old, growing up too fast. So stay blessed, everybody. I'll update you when appropriate.